All right, so for today on Melting Monday, I had a friend of mine stop by and bring me a boatload of aluminum. I've already started melting some of it. Let me show you what I got. All of this. And I did not know that these Whirlybird things were made out of aluminum. I thought they were all steel, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, it's all basic windows and ceiling stuff from his renovation. He don't want to deal with it, so he was like, Captain Carl will need some aluminum. I also got this steel pan here. It will. I'm gonna try and make some aluminum bars and see how it'll turn out. So I already got some. Okay, so it's the next morning. After that pour in the bread pan, it turned out pretty well, but I don't think I'll be doing too many of those. I still like to have the small biscuits for the aluminum, so I'm gonna stick with that. I think I will use the brass in that bread pan to just make one solid bar, so it'll all come out evenly. So I went and got two brand new propane tanks again, and I'm gonna melt the rest of this aluminum and maybe hit up the brass today. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I just got a call from a buddy of mine saying that he just got a new shipment of brass coming in, or it's already in. It's already waiting for me, so he wants to know if I want to come pick it up. So let's go do that now. All right, so I'm back at my house now, or the garage, I should say, and we're going to. I'm going to show you how much brass I got from a buddy of mine. Check it out. Yep, a whole case of brass. It's pretty freaking glorious. I'm gonna sort through all this. You know, I'm pretty sure most of these large 50 cal rounds are full of dirt. That's terrible. And probably steel, but this one I'm pretty sure is brass, so should make a nice bit of brass, molten brass. And I think what I'm going to do also is pour it into this bread pan and make a couple of bars. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I just thrown a couple of oblong, that's hot, oblong brass biscuits in here, just to try and remelt them, just to get them started. So when I start throwing the rest of the shell casings in, they'll start eating it away really quickly, just like the aluminum. That's all I can get for now. Alright, so it's been about 3 hours since I've gone on this melt. I should have 2/3 of a crucible full of molten brass, or yeah, brass casings. So let's skim off the dross and let's pour it in. That's odd. A hell of a lot more slag than I thought that would be. It's like half the goddamn bowl. Well, also a lot of this didn't have a chance to melt. I thought I had given it enough time, but have to remember these shell casings were stored outside.
Yeah.
In an open container.
So dirt and rust and whatnot.
Yeah.
That pan got immediately red.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the
tin?
Yeah.
The muffin tin?
the aluminum.
The pan's on fire.
Yeah, I know. We'll be
Okay.
fine. All right, so it's been about 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. No, 6. It's been about 4 hours since I started this this melt for this brass casing. So for it to get a pretty full crucible, and this is what I've walked away with. This huge bar right here. It's still a little warm, I think. Yeah, see how quick that ice is melting? So this bread pan survived. I was actually quite pleasantly surprised that it did, but this solidified fairly quickly, and so I'm gonna clean it up sometime this week. And I just want to do the one. This was definitely a lot easier than trying to make the little small biscuit ones like I do for the aluminum right here. So I'm pretty happy with this, but it just took way entirely too long. So I think I'm gonna stick with aluminum and maybe copper. Let's see what copper will do for me. And this is all the slag that came out of there. Like, the slag is still fairly warm, but yeah, it's still pretty. It's gone. So I got out what I could. So yeah, pretty impressed. It's a heavy duty bar too, man. It weighs some pounds. All right, so thanks for hanging out today. It's been another marvelous melting Monday. If you're new, like and subscribe. I try to get a video out every Monday, if possible. I'm going to start up a few new shows. One of them I'm thinking about calling Tool Talk Tuesday. I got a bunch of tools in my possession that I want to talk about and, give you guys a little insight about, my experience with them. So we'll see how that goes. But thanks for hanging out. And as always, see you next Monday.